नमस्कार मित्रों, मैं राजीव मिश्रा सोशल रिसर्च फाउंडेशन में आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत करता हूं और आपको बताना चाहता हूं सोशल रिसर्च फाउंडेशन उच्च शिक्षा में शोध परक शिक्षण के लिए लगातार तत्पर रहता है और इस क्रम में हम 6 अंतर्राष्ट्रीय रिसर्च जर्नल्स का प्रकाशन लगातार कर रहे हैं। मित्रों, जर्नल्स की जो गुणवत्ता है उसका प्रमुख कारण है हमारा रिव्यू प्रोसेस। हम अपने पेपर को डबल ब्लाइंड पीयर रिव्यू पद्धति के आधार पर रिव्यू कराते हैं, तमाम एक्सपर्ट्स के पास भेजते हैं और उनके द्वारा अनुशंसित होने पे ही वो पेपर आगे प्रकाशित होता है। इसी कड़ी में सोशल रिसर्च फाउंडेशन ने एक नई शुरुआत करी है, वो है ओपन वाइवा। इस क्रम में हम जूम मीटिंग के तहत एक्सपर्ट और लेखक को आमने सामने रखकर एक साक्षात्कार कराते हैं, जिसमें दोनों एक दूसरे से अनभिज्ञ होते हैं। खाली उनके पेपर एक दूसरे के पास होते हैं और वे अपने पेपर पर एक डिस्कशन करते हैं एक्सपर्ट से, और एक्सपर्ट उस पेपर पर साक्षात्कार पद्धति से डिस्कशन करने के बाद पूरी तरह जब संतुष्ट हो जाता है तब वह पेपर हम अपने जर्नल में प्रकाशन के लिए भेजते हैं। तो आइए हम अपनी तरह का पहला अभिनव प्रयोग करते हैं रिव्यू प्रोसेस के लिए ओपन वाइवा के रूप में।
Good evening all of you. I am going to present my topic Digital Media Modern Tool of Art. Abstract of this topic is, usually when art is discussed, the all which come into our imagination are colors, brushes, light, shades and painted with the skilled hands on canvas and on any surface of multiple textures. The days are changed now. New mediums of communication are invented and creativity got wings of technology. Computer age influenced each and every aspect of society, which is accepted throughout the world. Technology gifted us an easy medium to expression, which is not only user friendly but also fashionable to adopt also. New digital media are introduced to find a new definition of art in the age of technology. Art entered in the age of Android, Windows, Mac and so many operating systems of today's high-tech society, where multiple digital tools are creative and applications are invented. The best digital art and illustration programs to help a digital artist and make an informed decision are Photoshop, Affinity Designer, CorelDRAW, Rebel 3, Procreate, Clip Studio Paint Pro, Artweaver 7, ArtRage, Krita, Corel Painter, Twisted Brushes, Pro Studio and many more. These tools are knowingly or unknowingly gratifying the aesthetic hunger of an artist as well as common user of society. Systematic information for the art student is essential to nurture the aesthetic sensibility with the growth of the world. Here is an effort to compile these information in such a manner that should well organized and focused or on inquisitive art students who fascinating towards the digital media. Let us study modern tool of aesthetics expression and under the vicinity of contemporary art. Introduction. Digital painting is a developing artistic expression wherein conventional art techniques, for example, watercolor, oil, impasto, and so on, are applied utilizing computer devices by method of PC and illustration tablets and pointers and programming developed by digital technology. Conventional artistic creation is painting with an actual medium instead of more current style like advanced. The new age art is completely influenced with technology like softwares and apps. The internet and social media have increased engagement and made art a more participatory experience and that they have helped make an art audience more deserved. They also tend to agree that the internet has played a major role in broadening the boundaries of what is considered art. It is also broadly utilized in the theoretical plan of films, TV, and computer games. Computerized painting programming, for example, Corel Design Digital Artist, Adobe Photoshop, ArtRage, GIMP, Krita, and OpenCanvas give specialists a comparable climate to an actual digital artist. A canvas painting apparatus, blending palettes, and a large number of shading choices. There are different sort of advanced work of art, including impressionism, authenticity, and watercolor. There are the two advantages of downsides of the computerized painting. While computerized painting permits the artist to simplicity of working in a sorted out, break-free climate, some content there will be constantly be more control for an artist grasping an actual brush. A few artists accept that there is something missing from computerized painting. For example, mistakes of computer painting are hard to remove. Mistakes can't be undone, only embraced or covered up only. Difficult reproduction process requires a scanner or digital camera aimed to work in this medium. The main objective of this research paper is to prepare the fact in the field of digital media, bringing together fine art and mainstream media of digital world. In my expected primary objective is in this research paper is an art student, reader, audience, and art connoisseur could be thoroughly enriched with the aesthetic pleasure of the amalgamation of digital technology through the research paper and digital art. Digital art is an artistic work or practice that uses digital technology as an essential part of the creative and professional process. Since 1970s, various names have been used to describe the process, including computer art, multimedia, and digital art is itself placed under the larger umbrella term New Modern Art. After some initial resistance, the impact of digital technology has transformed activities such as painting, drawing, sculpture, music, sound art, while new forms such as net art, digital installation art, and virtual reality have become recognized artistic practices. Digital arts is completely computer-generated process. More generally, the term digital art is used to describe an artist who makes an digital technology in the production of art. In an expanded sense, digital art is a term applied to contemporary art that uses the method of mass production or digital media. The techniques of digital art are used extensively by mainstream media in advertisements and by the filmmakers to produce visual effects. Desktop publishing has had a huge impact of the publishing world, although that is more related to graphic design. Both digital and traditional artists uses many sources of electronic information and programs to create their artwork. Nowadays, general acceptance to digital art increased with the growth of the modernization, such as a scanned photographs or an image drawn using vector graphic softwares is acceptable. But with the help of printing technology, digital art becomes friendlier to the artist who is using print as well as a traditional coloring techniques in their art. By using software on computer platform, digitally outputting the resulting image is painted on canvas. The emergence of 3D printing has introduced a new bridge to new media art, joining the virtual and physical world. The rise of this technology has allowed an artist to blend the computational base of new media art with the traditional physical form of sculpture. Brief history. I am going to present a brief history of this digital media. The oldest evidence of art was based on the mechanical principle were made about the 2nd century CE. The earliest prints rubbed from woodcut blocks were Buddhist charm paintings, which is printed in Japan and distributed between 764 to 770 CE. It was the origin of technological art, which is still presented to us today as a digital art form that has moved towards its initial directions. The history of digital print is relatively short compared to the printing as a whole, which dates back to 1440 when Gutenberg, German businessman Johannes Gutenberg created a press that started the mass production of books. The first digital printing press came out to the market in the early 1990s. The early 1990s were the era digital revolution. However, the seeds of digital revolution were gone long ago, about 60 years ago. Artists have never delayed using technology to present their cultural thoughts in their age. He introduced digital art using technology at the beginning itself. The end of the 19th century should be known as the digital age. However, the term was repeatedly changed by the time to describe the real meaning of this digital art. It is said that the art of printing first entered in India through Goa. In Indian scenario, the early 1990s was the most suitable time for digital art. It is said that since 1989, the growth of printing coupled with the packaging printing industry is over 40% in India. Brief history of important digital art software is Sketchpad, which comes in 1963. The earliest graphical creativity program was called Sketchpad, made in 1963 by Ian Sutherland. The second one is Digitizer. In 1970, Digitizer were promoting during 1970s and mid-1980s a graphic tablet, also known as a digitizer, drawing tablet, drawing pad, digital drawing tablet, pen tablet, or digital artboard. Is a computer input device that enables a user to hand draw image, animated and graphics with a special pen-like style. Third is MacPaint, which comes in 1984, an early businessman program that permits clients to configure, draw and control objects was the program by MacPaint. The current program's first form was presented on January 22, 1984 on the Apple Lisa. The capacity to freehand draw and make illustration with this program made it the top program of this sort of digital art in 1984. The earlier form of this instrument was called Mac Sketch and Lisa Sketch. Adobe Photoshop. Adobe Photoshop comes in 1987. It is another image editing program was Adobe Photoshop that is developed in 1987 by the American brothers Thomas and John Connell at the University of Michigan as a monochrome picture show program. Adobe Photoshop CS is said to be high-end image editing software for multimedia professionals like photographers, designers, animators, and graphic producers. Adobe Photoshop software delivered the broadcast and most productive tool set available for web production, print production, and digital photography. Photoshop became most favorite software of today's digital artists. With Photoshop, we can explore our creativity, work at peak efficiency, and achieve the highest quality result across all media. It provides integrated tool to create and outputting clips, editable vector shapes, and text. With these new tools, we can incorporate resolution, independence, vector-based graphics, and type into pixel-based image to achieve an unparalleled range of design effects. The filter gallery helps us to apply a series of filters to an image that is very essential for creating new texture as a digital artist desired. Fourth is child pics. It comes in 1988. Craig Hickman made a paint program called KidPix, which made it simpler for youngsters to utilize MacPaint. CorelDRAW. This is another favorite digital program which comes in January 1989. First version of CorelDRAW 16 comes in 15 May 1992, including Corel PhotoPaint SP for bitmap editing, Corel Show for creating on-screen presentation, Corel Chart for graphic art charts, Mosaic and Corel Trace for vectorized bitmap. The inclusion of this software was the presented for the actual graphic suites. CorelDRAW is an easy to master, exceptionally powerful program with toolset that will help us to innumerable creativity, illustration, and a simple yet well-structured interface. CorelDRAW have several tools and brushes that are fun to use, such as symbols, 3-point tools, text in import format options, convert paragraph text to curves, pressure sensitivity, smudging, rubbing, brush trimming tools, closing line segments, and so many others. In March 12, 2020, for the help of digital art, some new stylish effects such as pastel and woodcut, non-destructive lenses, bitmap effects, another edge-cutting mask tool have been introduced. Web-based painting programs. Recently, there has been a development in the sites which backing painting carefully on the web. The client is as yet drawing carefully with the utilization of programming. Frequently, the product is on the worker of the site which is being utilized. Trendy art forms of digital media. Media art is the genre that encompasses artwork created with the new media technology, including digital art, computer graphics, computer animation, visual art, internet art, interactive art, video games, computer robotics, 3D printings. Some specialized computer-generated CG art forms are matte painting, digital caricature, video illustration, HD video projection, 3D texturing, charisma image editing, photo manipulation, digital collage, and vector art. Conclusion. As my notions are concerned, in today's world, art is not limited to the paper, canvas, and colors. It has now become computer-based. Interactive media art effectively bring used of expressions of artist inner self, which fulfills the aesthetic sense, taste, and expectations of today's sophisticated audience and art connoisseurs. An artist can navigate the vast amount of knowledge now digital media Multimedia let the artist make combination of media to present information according to their situations. Artist has the control over the accessibility of information. Multimedia is an effective medium to express the idea that gratifying the needs of today's artist. Artist is not only presenting it in a more attractive way. Thank you.